It's a beautiful morning. Think I'll go outside and drive and drive. Yeah, I'm gonna drive and drive and drive. I'm finally getting on the road. Um, I had to stop and grab some ice though. So, and a few other things like antifreeze, you know, silly things like that that, you know, you're going to need if you're going to be going up the mountains and in the desert. A few days ago, it's been really hectic. I'm sorry that I haven't kept up with you, but it has been really hectic. Um, a few days ago, I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning and all of my fans had stopped. My phone was down to like 35%, and all of the ports, the power ports in my vehicle, all three, had ceased to work. So I called a friend from church, asked him if he knew anybody who would know what to do, and he gave me a name of another friend from church. And so I called him, but he didn't get back to me. So I went to Walmart in Savannah, and I picked up some food from a food pantry for the trip. And then I went to my brother's house, and of course I gave him all of the stuff that I wouldn't be able to have, like spaghetti and macaroni and cheese and stuff like that, my brother Jerry. And he immediately turned around and said, I know just who to give this to. He had a friend in his building who, he and his son like that kind of stuff. And Jerry likes it, but he knew that his friend was having a hard time not having enough food. And so I was just like overjoyed, you know. That's my brother, sweet soul. By the way, at the end of this video, and I'll leave it in the about as well, I am going to be gone for Jerry's birthday. And he is such a fun-loving kid, and he loves birthday cards. Any sort, any style. And so I'm putting it out there with his address because he said it's okay. And if anybody would like to send him a happy birthday card, his birthday is on the 24th of this month of July, and he would be so overjoyed. I mean, I won't be able to record it or anything because he doesn't know how to do that kind of stuff. He's still flip phone era, you know, and he barely knows how to text. So if you would like to do that, he would really appreciate it. He's a sweetheart. And I will paste a picture of his address here in just a moment, and then you can pause it. Okay? Thank you. If you're going to give Jerry a birthday card, this is where to send it. So, a few days ago, as I was talking about Jerry, I went over to his house because we wanted to do some electronic stuff and what have you, because he doesn't do that stuff and he leans on me for that. And a couple of times I've had to have him lean on a neighbor, but for the most part he leans on me for that. So we wanted to do some stuff. But as I said, my auxiliary ports had gone out, and so I went online. I found out that it was most likely just a fuse, and I played with the fuses, bought the wrong fuses from Walmart first off, because I just said, oh, I need a 20 amp, that's what it says. And then, sorry, the light keeps adjusting strangely. But then the fuse was like 2 to 3 times as big as the fuse I actually needed once I opened up the hood and went to put it in. So then I went to AutoZone and I picked up the right fuses, but I had forgotten to bring one of the chargers with me so that I could plug it in and verify that it was working. You know, my biggest fear was to be out in that heat with no fans and no phone to call 911 or anything else. So, and I certainly could not start the trip without that being fixed. You know, I have to have a phone. That's just a given. I mean, yeah, 20 years ago I probably would have done without it, but I don't have to do that anymore. And 20 years ago I was not as unhealthy as I am now. So, oh. And of course my water is out in the car and I'm thirsty. That's all right. It won't be too long. Big yawn. Sorry. So I went back to Jerry's house to get my electronics because they're all in one bag, and plugged it in and it didn't work. Well, it just so happens when I'm doing that I guess there had been some cause for the police to be called at his apartment building, because his downstairs neighbors were talking to police officers. Well, the lady police officer goes to leave and she sees me sitting there frustrated, and she asks me, well, is there anything I can do to help? And I tell her what happened. And she says, well, I can't help because I don't know anything about fuses, but Jerry, that's the name of the police officer, believe it or not, Jerry can help. So when, well, somebody's auto is ready. So when he got finished over there, we called him over, he and his partner, and somehow they figured it out that it was the original USB plug-in that I was plugging in that was bad, and that it was blowing the fuses. So we used the newer one that I had just bought, you know, thinking that, oh, well, maybe it was that just in case. And so I bought the new one. We plugged it in. It did not blow the fuse. It worked fine. And then he fiddled with it because there was a third fuse because the back rear one wasn't working, even though the front two were. So he fiddled with it and he got it working. And I guess that was really more his partner than him, but you know, he got it started. And I can't remember his partner's name, I'm sorry, but I think his actual name is Gerald and he goes by Jerry. Hardin is this officer's name that came to help, and he called me back later that evening when I was still working up at Jerry's and trying to think how I was going to clean everything out of the back where we'd just thrown things out of the front so that we could get to the fuse boxes, etc., etc., etc. And he said, hey, would you mind if I paid for you for a hotel for tonight? And he did. He put me up in a motel for that one night, and it was so good. I had air conditioning. I had I had a hot bath the next morning. My sciatica, body was so sore because Jerry lives up on the second floor. And I'd done that 3 or 4 times during the day. And that's not easy for me. And so I was able to take a nice hot bath, and I was singing praises. I mean, God is so, so good. Thank you, Lord. It's just so good, so good. And then I got out of there. I took a nice hot bath first, soaked for a little bit, and then headed up to back out to the property to start packing things up. I finally got tired of taking 3 steps and having to sit from my sciatica. I was in a lot of pain. And so I finally just decided to bag things and throw them in and deal with it on the road. I did not get my Reflectix window screens made. I did not do a lot of things that I planned on. But at least now I'm on the road, I'm ready to go, and for the 4th of July I'll be in Carthage, Missouri. So I'm excited for that. Mostly I'm just excited to go put my antifreeze in the vehicle and get moving. God bless. Oh, and my next video, which I will post probably about the same time as this, is totally black. It's okay. It's a case of I wanted to record the night sounds for a good half hour so that people would be able to just have something to sleep to, and I would be able to have something to sleep to when I'm on the road. But God bless y'all. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.